Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Start 11 show. Everton versus Aston Villa. David Moyes' first game as Everton manager. Well, second first game as Everton manager. Yeah, it's obviously going to be a tough game. Villa are a good side. Not had all their own way this season, but yeah, they are a good side. So, just in the spirit of it being David Moyes' first game, I've changed up things a little bit myself. Listen, we don't know. You try to do these 11s with an idea of what the manager's going to go for, but you're doing your own thing. Don't really know what David Moyes is going to do. Obviously, he hasn't got a massive collection of players to choose from, but who knows? Who knows how he's going to do it? So let's get into it anyway. I'm going to go for a back three because I know David Moyes liked wing backs when he was at West Ham. Different from because you can't think back to what he was at Everton. When he was at Everton, it was a different time, and he did like playing 4-5-1, but he had Tim Cahill and he had Fellaini in different times at Everton, and those players were huge for the way we played. So I'm going to go for three at the back. I'm going to go for Brien, James Tarkowski, and Jared Brandwaite. I think there's a bit of a balance in there. I might be being a little bit unkind on Michael Keane there, but again, it's bringing a player in who hasn't played loads, and again, just mixing it up. Jake O'Brien played in the last game, obviously in the cup, did all right. Needs to play games, doesn't he? Needs to just play games of football. So I'm going to go for that back three. Right wing back, I'm going to go for Nathan Patterson. I just think that's his natural position, and I do think he'll get opportunities under David Moyes, especially if he plays wing backs. I think that role suits him. And again, it's about him getting high up the pitch, being the width, and not having as many defensive responsibilities. And I think that would suit him down to the ground if that's something David Moyes would be looking at. On the other side, I'm going to go for Mykolenko. I don't think it suits Mykolenko as much, but if the manager tells him to stay high, tells him to stay wide and create that width, it's up to Mykolenko to do that job. Defensively, we know he can do the job. It's just the other part of his game that need to be ironed out. And I think it's definitely a position we need to look at as we go forward. So they're my two wing backs. In midfield, going to go for three in the midfield. The two deeper players will be Mangala and Idrissa Gana Gueye. Again, that's probably the best fit at the moment for the players we've got. I think it just makes sense to have those three in there. To have those two in there, sorry. And ahead of them, I'm going to go for Harrison Armstrong. I liked what I saw against Peterborough, and I know it is only Peterborough, but again, it's about, in the spirit of giving opportunities and putting some youth in the team and mixing it up a little bit from what we've seen. I think he done himself I think he done really, really well. No harm at all in the game against Peterborough. So why not? Why not mix it up in there? You've got the two experienced players behind. I know. Listen, it's a tough game, and I know might be looking for experience. But when some when you've got too much experience, it just means you've got old players, and old players are normally slow players, and Villa counter-attack really, really quickly. And I think Mangala, as I said, and Garner are a good mix, and then having the energy of someone like Harrison Armstrong in there, you can find a pass as well. I was encouraged by that as well, what I saw the other night. So I'd have those three in midfield. And then ahead of them, I'd have an orthodox one and the striker, so number 10 and a striker, because I think where Harrison Armstrong succeeded the other night, playing in a role just slightly wide, I think Njai, it didn't suit him at all. So I'm going to have Njai as a second striker off Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Now, listen, it could be better. It's just that the manager mentioned Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and I think Could this be the fella who unlocks what we haven't seen from him this season? Listen, if you want to pick Beto, you pick Beto. No issue at all. But I'd like to see someone playing off Dominic Calvert-Lewin, almost like Richarlison used to do, when, again, Dom was at his best under Carlo Ancelotti. And again, that might turn out to be almost like what I've just said about what we did the other night with Harrison Armstrong one side and Njai on the other side. Well, I wouldn't have Harrison Armstrong as advanced on that right, because I just think Njai got lost on the left. So Njai buzzing behind and being, where David Moyes had, as I said, a Kale or a Fellaini. Well, he could be that player, but obviously without the height, without the aerial prowess, more of a Pina kind of player, but not, instead of not playing on the left, playing a little bit more central. So, as I said, off Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So that's the 11 I'm going for. Listen, it might be wildly wrong compared to what David Moyes picks, but why not? Why not? It's going to be a very tough game, and if the likes of Ashley Young play and Decore play, then it's going to be just the same old, isn't it? And we are looking for something that's going to change our season, that's going to get us more goals. Listen, it might be the manager might look at it and look what happened on Thursday night and think, well, you know what, Harrison Armstrong threading those balls into Beto, that could be a really good ploy for us. Why not? And it could be Beto playing up front with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It could be Beto playing up front on his own. We won't know till the team sheet comes out on Wednesday evening. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. What would you go for? Who would you pick for this game? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out the match preview. Give this video a like, and if you want more great videos, join us over on Toffee TV Premiere for exclusive shows and no ads in your shows or podcasts. Thanks for watching. See you later.